Hi everyone. Sorry for the interruption. Hello everyone. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Pranam, Dandavat
We
Pranam.
have Subandhu Govinda's Prabhuji with us, who is my mentor. Um, I think Prabhuji, we can wait for a little while, for another maybe 2 to 5 minutes. Am I audible? We can wait until a few more people join, and then we can start. Is that okay, Prabhuji?
Fine, Mataji. Yeah, whenever you say, you can start.
Okay.
Now, audible clearly, you can let me know.
I can hear you clearly, Prabhuji.
Okay, fine.
Till then, should I play Kirtan or something or
Good.
okay. I'll share this Kirtan. Second. One second. I'm just Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll be starting in 5 minutes. We're waiting for more people to join in, and then we'll start today's session. Hello everyone. Namaste. Hare Krishna. Very warm welcome to all of you in today's session. Today we have very special guest with us. He's my mentor and has been guiding many people like me uh, in this process of bhakti that we have been discussing. So I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for today. It is His Grace Subandhu Govinda Das Prabhuji. Like I mentioned, he's my mentor. He's an engineer and he worked for a couple of years in Honeywell's in India, back in Bangalore. And now he's serving since the past 10 years as a brahmachari in ISKCON Temple, Bengaluru. And he's also founded the center at Kagadasapura, Bangalore. And we are all very, very fortunate to have his presence and association with us today. So thank you so much, Subandhu Prabhuji, for joining in and coming to this class. So please, I give it over to you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I hope I'm audible. This is my first interaction with all of you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. So I heard, I was so excited when I heard Rajashri Mataji is going to start a new session there. And all of you, all the students who are coming there and learning about Bhagavad Gita. And I was excited to hear that, yeah, and over beyond the seven seas also, there is the affinity and love for Bhagavad Gita still exists. And the most excitement was that, yes, whatever is given to us by Srila Prabhupada and the Parampara, yes, it's going to get propagated there in the Western land. So happy for that. And yes, I appreciate all of your interest in this great epic, great literature, Bhagavad Gita. On this is a basis of all Indian culture, Indian Vedic Sanatan Dharma, and one more is the basis as well as it is the essence of all Vedic literature. So we are learning it, and of course we have come halfway through it now. So of course we have taken 9 chapter. We have studied from that. So congratulations for that. So today we'll be doing a summary of all these 9 chapters here. Okay. And sorry, my dialect, the accent is Indian. I will be speaking Indian English. So bear with that. If you don't understand something, please stop me anytime and ask me to repeat. Or maybe if you want me to explain some concepts again, don't hesitate to raise your hands and stop me in between also. Okay. We'll start with Mangalacharan, the prayers to the Parampara, and the prayers to Acharya and prayers to Lord Shri Krishna. Okay. Okay, these prayers are there in Srimad Bhagavad Gita introduction part. All of you can repeat with me. So it's not repetition, we all chant together. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mayham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनित्य नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं तीर्थारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम्। हरे कृष्ण। Okay, Hare Krishna. So, yeah, 1 second. Okay, let me know how many of us are here. UK. You can raise your hand so that we can count. There are some devotees who have joined from India also. I will be asking you to do so many activities like raising your hand, typing into chat box. Of course, even if you are Indian living in UK, you can keep a hand raise. There's a reaction section there. You can put your reactions there so that we'll know. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you're putting chat box. Okay, fine. It's okay. Good, good. Few are there. And I see many are there who are from our old batch also. Fine. Okay. 31. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 20. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. And I hope this will be your first interaction, maybe first batch, first Gita course that we'll be doing. And we have come till 9th chapter. I will today just summarize. How much time we have today, Mataji?
Prabhuji, I've advertised until 6, but we can, till 6 is the session, but we can take question answers after that.
Okay, how many minutes we have right now?
No, we can go on, Prabhuji. There's no limit to the meeting time.
No, 1 hour 30
For
minutes
us,
right now.
45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes.
Okay, 45 minutes we can. So that I have 45 minutes to cover 9 chapters that you covered in 9 hours. This is fine.
Yes.
Okay, I will just go through. I was just wondering how to do that. Let me. I can do it like that. I can go through a flow of Bhagavad Gita from beginning to end. Otherwise, I can mention important lessons from each chapter, kind of thing that we can do. Okay, or shall I tell us just simple story of Bhagavad Gita till 9 chapter? What all you think? You can put in a chat box. A story or just important lesson from each chapter. That way. Mm-hmm. Important lesson from each chapter. Prashant Prabhuji is telling a story would be good. Okay, so I'll do a mix of both of things, story and a story of Bhagavad Gita. Okay, and along with this, some important lessons also. We'll do some mix of both of things. Okay, Bhagavad Gita starts with one important uh, phenomena or important event in Mahabharat, where two parties are fighting. You know? So Arjun is bewildered, confused. What to do? First chapter starts with the confusion of Arjun. And of course, before confusion of Arjuna, the Bhagavad Gita's first chapter is talking about our perspective of the life, how we see our life. You know, so the way Bhagavad Gita's first chapter talks about three three perspective about the same event. Event is what? The two armies are going to fight with each other. Okay, and this event is seen by three people, and that three perspective or three people's vision, or maybe three people's idea. It is seen there. So first person who is seeing this battle is Dhritarashtra. Bhagavad Gita starts with um, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Dhritarashtra actually it is he is the villain of Mahabharata, and but Bhagavad Gita starts with him. Hmm. So Bhagavad Gita starts with Dhritarashtra. How? What is the Dhritarashtra? Dhritarashtra is the one who is by the who is going by his name. Dhritarashtra. Dhruta means caught. Rashtra means the country. He is the oldest person in Mahabharata, and blind also, not qualified to become a king. Blind person cannot fight war and all these things. So he is dependent, and that dependent person cannot become a king, not qualified. But still, he was a king, and he was a king, temporary king. He was a executive, or maybe he was a um, so he was a, for some time being he was given a charge of the king, and that charge should have been given or carried, it would have been transferred to the next rightful owner of the of the nation, or the rightful heir of the kingdom. So that he was not doing. He was old, and the people were the next prince were matured enough, but still he was holding to the chair. Rashtra. We've seen, of course, at least I don't know whether in USA or maybe it happens. Like the presidents are so old, 60 years, 70 years. So when the time when people get retired, and that time these people are given the most important post, and they don't want to leave. At least in USA, they fight for they campaign for the two consecutive terms, but not more than that. But at least here in India, I can see there's so many people who are the old people, 70 years, 80 years, but still they want to become a prime minister. They want to become kind of a CM and all kind of thing, important post. They want to become a ruler. So that is a Dhritarashtra tendency. They're so much greedy for the property, or so much greedy for their rules. So these people, Dhritarashtra, they're so much attached to the position. Dhritarashtra. That's why his name is Dhritarashtra. And he was not ready to give it up. And whenever, as there is little bit, even some little bit kind of a danger to his throne, and he's doing conspiracies. Of course, he himself was not doing conspiracies. His children were doing conspiracies, specifically Duryodhana. And he was giving blind eye to that. And this person is opening up Bhagavad Gita, and he's presenting versus Bhagavad Gita to us. Dhritarashtra Vacha. And how what we have seen? We have seen this battlefield through eyes of Dhritarashtra. What Dhritarashtra sees there? Dhritarashtra sees this battlefield through his eyes of partiality, his vision of fear. Okay, what's going to happen? This war is going to fight. War is going to start now. So Dhritarashtra's vision is of fear. Dhritarashtra's vision is of partiality. He mentions there. Second person looks at this um, battlefield is Duryodhana. Duryodhana is full of greed, and he's full of politics. That's what he sees there, and that's what he does there in the battlefield. He tries to manipulate Dronacharya. He tries to manipulate Bhishmacharya. He tries to manipulate other people. He's a full of manipulation. And third person who's a hero of Bhagavad Gita and hero of Mahabharata, Arjun. And but the same hero in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita is completely lost. So we are seeing Arjuna is lost. Why Arjuna is lost? Bhagavad Gita. I know in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, we are saying the same situation like Arjuna is there. It happens with us also. Hmm. We get confused. Arjuna is confused here. Why Arjuna is confused? Arjuna is confused not because he has so many options. We go to the mobile shop. We have to purchase a new mobile. We got confused because they have so many options. What is better for us? We don't know. You know. So we get confused. We get confused because of our greed. We get confused because of there are so many confusing things, misleading informations. And but this is just a scenario of purchasing a new mobile. And but in this life, in our life also, we have so many situations where we get confused. Hmm? We get confused just like Arjun. Hmm? So when somebody gets confused, what he does exactly what Arjuna does. And what Arjuna is doing in at the end of first chapter, at the fact almost at the end of the first chapter, Arjuna, um, he tells why he doesn't want to fight. You know? So somebody is confused, somebody doesn't want to accept that he's confused. What he does, he starts giving reasons. This is general tendency of humans. They start giving reasons. No, they try to prove, they try to hide ki they are confused. They are confused. Somebody, we go to with the friends, we go to a trip and party, trekking kind of thing, and we lost the way. And friends say, "Arey, nahi, 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 this is the right way. This is the way we go. The map is there. I know. I have come there many times." But nobody admits that we are lost. And they give the reason. "Arey, few kilometers we'll walk and we'll reach the right destination. We'll reach a village there." When a trekking, we get lost there. And same way in the life also, people get bewildered, get lost, but nobody accepts. Same thing happens with Arjun. Arjun starts giving reasons after reasons after reasons why he doesn't want to fight. He wants to quit. He wants to quit the war. He wants to quit the fight. And this is the most important war in his life. Arjuna would have fought so many wars. He's an expert warrior. Expert, not just simply expert. He's the best warrior in the world. Imagine Sachin Tendulkar coming in the in the cricket ground, and he is already in a full form. Match is happening with Pakistan, and Pakistan team is they're shattered, and these people and Arjun or Sachin Tendulkar is coming, and he is confused, and he tells to his captain Ganguly, "No, no, I don't want to play today. I just want to retire." They declared retire, and Arjun, such a kind of a shameful situation for Sachin Tendulkar. Such same thing happens with Arjun. Arjun is the best warrior in the world, and then he's telling, "No, no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight." He starts giving reasons after reasons after reasons, and all the reasons are just are all the reasons are correct reasons only. Why he doesn't want to fight? Fighting makes people kill, people die, and after when they die, killing is a sin. Is it wrong? It's correct only. Killing is a sin. You know, this is correct. And Arjuna is giving right reasons. It appears right. And Arjuna says, how can I kill those people who are elder to me? Arjuna gives so many different reasons. And all these reasons, which are based on Shastric references. Arjuna is not an ordinary person. He was intelligent. He knew Shastras. And even though he was giving reasons, of course, he was giving reasons exactly as per Shastras. है ना? So Arjun is confused and he knows the Shastras. And what's happening? Arjun is using the Shastras to support his decision to not fight. Is it a sign of intelligence? Definitely not. And that's why in second chapter, Krishna explains, Arjun, you're talking like an intelligent, but you are not intelligent. And what is that shloka? Remember? Hmm? Gatasu na gatasun se padhyavadan se bhashase. You are talking like an intelligent, but you are not acting like an intelligent. Asochano sochastvam. Pradnyavadan se bhashase. Gatasuncha nanu sochanti pandita. Hmm? So you are talking like a pandit, but you are not a pandit. This is not how pandit will behave. This is not how a pandit will behave. And of course, before that, of course, Krishna will start chastising him. Krishna understands. Arjun is giving so many reasons. He is not giving reasons just because he's intelligent. He's giving reasons to hide his confusion. And Krishna hits on the point. This is your confusion. This is your foolishness here. And he exposes him. The first task a guru does to his disciple, he exposes him. A disciple has to be ready for that. Yes, disciple has to be ready to be exposed by a guru. The guru will expose his ignorance. Guru will expose our ignorance, and then he will put us into a right position. You know. So this a disciple, the best qualification for a disciple, that he is ready to take chastisement from the guru, and he is humble uh, to get corrected from guru. When we to go to a teacher with some arrogance, with some challenging mood, the teacher will not teach much. He will just do his duty. And university is paying him the salary and all these things. He will just do for that, and that's all. He just does his duties and go off. The actual knowledge will not come. Actual knowledge from the guru will come when he is pleased. Take it technical knowledge that your universities are teaching, or you take it any spiritual knowledge. Actually, the knowledge means the spiritual knowledge, and it comes when guru is pleased. You know, it's not simply based on our intelligence that we have got and our brain power we have got. The knowledge comes uh, through a guru, which imparts. He imparts that knowledge. So Arjuna has accepted Krishna as his guru. Arjuna has accepted that he is confused. Arjuna has accepted that, yes, I want to get corrected, and Krishna corrects him. And then Krishna starts the first lesson from Bhagavad Gita. Second chapter, of course, we have come to the second chapter now. Second chapter starts with, Bhagavad Gita starts at second chapter, and not even this is not just exactly start of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna starts building the basics of the spiritual knowledge that Krishna wants to give him. Second chapter is the basics. The first basic that Krishna gives is, we are not body, we are the soul. The first lesson. The first lesson, that to shatter our bodily consciousness. I'm not body. The first, sometimes it will be a paradigm shift, or maybe it's a shocking thing. How can I say I'm not body? How can I say I'm not a body? This is whole thing we're talking about. What I'm watching now is me. You know, if you stand in front of the mirror, and what do you see there? You are seeing yourself. We think like that, but it's not that we are seeing us. When we are standing in front of the mirror, we are not standing we. We are not seeing we. We are seeing just our body. Actually, we have not seen ourselves at all in whole life. You know, my whole life was a lie. I have not seen myself yet. I have seen my body. I have seen my face. I have seen my eyes. But where I am? I am within this body somewhere. My whole life was a lie. You know? So in this way, yeah, this is first lesson that Bhagavad Gita speaks. Any spiritual institution, of course, I'm talking about Indian spiritual Vedic Sanatan spiritual institutions. They talk about this basic principle. They starts with any whatever it goes. No, it starts with, yes, we are not body, but we are something within the body. So this starts with that. Now, of course, Bhagavad Gita in this section, then it's talk about what is the soul, what are different characteristics of the soul. And most important topic lesson comes here, that the um, the body cannot be killed, body cannot be harmed. What is that shloka? Somebody remember? Nayanam chindanti shastrani. Nayanam, very famous shloka from Bhagavad Gita. And this concept is, I'm not the body, I'm the soul, and soul is indestructible. Soul is indestructible. Arjuna, you are talking about you are killing somebody, but you're not going to kill anyone. Nainam chindanti shastani nainam dhati paka. Whatever weapons you have got, they can't kill. They can't kill the soul. And you are thinking you are going to kill, but no, you are not going to kill anyone here. They are going to live. They are going to live in one body after another. Nainam chindanti shastani nainam dhati pavakah na chainam kledayantyapo nainam shosheti marutah. So this is the lesson. And then one question comes. Okay, the questions to all of you. If Krishna says, okay, you're not going to kill the enemy, after even after killing. So is it okay to start killing people? Anyway, USA they are doing it. So anybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry will take the gun and start shooting in the public, and they may say, okay, we are justified. Bhagavad Gita justifies. You know, is it okay to kill? Because we are not going to kill. We are just changing the bodies. Now I will take opinion from all of you. Anybody wants to say what's correct thing? Is it right to kill? Because they are going to die. They are going to live in one another bodies. You know, what do you think? Anybody will say something? Is it okay to kill?
Maybe
No,
you can
Kartikeya is
all
saying
put
no.
your responses in the chat box, or
Yeah,
if
that
you're
will be
not
good.
comfortable unmuting. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, yeah. Right, Sai Krishna.
Sai Krishna Paratkar is telling a correct answer here. Killing is killing is not, of course, when we kill somebody, this is just change of body. That's true. But Vedic literature doesn't allow indiscriminate killing, even though we are not killing the soul. You know, so when somebody butchering and all these things, when you say, "Arey, killing the man is not okay," then what about killing the animal? Is it okay? You know? Yeah. Unless we are confronted, stand by dharma, and someone is challenging you. Correct. Hmm. See, the soldier who kills on the border, hmm, by the orders of his superior is not punished. But the same soldier, when comes in the home and fights with his neighbor and starts killing, he'll be punished. For say, killing is the same activity, but for one place he is rewarded and one place he is punished. Hmm? Yeah. When he is authorized to kill, he can kill. When he is ordered to kill, he can kill. You know? So killing itself is not a wrong activity, but why the purpose behind it makes it right or wrong. You know? So until unless we are authorized, we can't. Hmm? Okay. Then question comes: what happens after somebody dies? Hmm? Of course, answer comes: Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmad apariharete natvam sochitum arhasi. Hmm? When somebody dies, he has to take another birth, and somebody takes another birth, he is destined to die. Hmm? There is no situation when people were not present. Every time they were present, some or other body. Another, there will not be a time when these people will not be present, means they will not get destroyed at all. The soul cannot be destroyed and cannot be created. We spoke about energy, right, in our school days. Like that. Hmm? Okay, if you have Bhagavad Gita in your hand, it will be good. We will just going through pages by pages, you know. Hmm. And then question comes. Hmm, and Krishna explains Arjuna, yes, Arjuna, you should fight because you are not going to kill. And in this situation, when you are authorized to kill and when you are fighting the war which is dharma yuddha, you should not deny the opportunity. Hmm? Because somebody who fights the war, fights the authorized war, either Krishna tries to explain, convince Arjuna in different ways. First way, he explains, okay, we should kill because people are not going to die. You know? Secondly, you are authorized to kill. And thirdly, this is right thing to do because you are Kshatriya. You know? And when somebody is Kshatriya and when he is doing his duty, you know, he he will get swarga. So, what is that shloka? Yadra chayachopapannam swargatvaram aparputam sukhina kshatriya partha labante yuddhamidrusham. So if you fight and you will die, you will get swarga. If you fight, if you win, you will get a kingdom. And it is both way. You are not at at loss, Arjun. You are not at a loss. You are going to. This is a win-win situation for you. Fighting is fighting is not going to take you into any loss. Okay? Then another question comes. Yes, Prabhuji, you spoke about, yes, I'm not body, I'm the soul and all these things. Then question comes, what kind of activity shall I do? Simply, I'm not body, I'm the soul. This is a concept, but what is the implication of it? Then comes two things: my actions as per my body, my actions as per the souls. Hmm? What is action as per the body? Taking bath, eating food, taking care of this body, or taking care of the things which are related to this body. Because I have taken the birth into in India, I have to walk on the right side of the road. Because I have taken birth into a USA, I have to take a walk on the left side or something like that. On the right side of the road, and in India we have to be right on the right.
Hare Krishna. Sorry. Prabhuji. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, you're audible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Based on my birth, I have I have to follow the rules. I have to follow the follow those kind of rules. Okay. So that is my swadharma. Okay. And there's another activity is called as nitya dharmas. Nitya dharma is the activity which are based on my soul. Based on which had to be based on my eternal constitutional position. I am the soul, and whatever duties has to be done as per the soul is called nitya dharmas. है ना? So what are nitya dharmas then? Hmm? Body needs food. Soul needs food. Yes, soul needs food. Soul doesn't need the food that our body is eating. Soul needs the food. The nourishment for the soul is holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Soul needs bhakti. Yeah, correct. Soul needs bhakti because soul has the eternal connection with the Lord, eternal connection with the God, and that connection when it is revived, soul gets nourishment, and that happens through the process of bhakti. And until unless that is done, soul is not satisfied. Whatever you feed the body, but soul is not fed nicely or soul is not nourished nicely, you will not feel satisfaction. I've seen so many people around. So they were telling, Arey Prabhuji, I have everything in my world in the life, Prabhuji, but I don't feel satisfaction. Why? Why? Because soul is not nourished. You know, so such a kind of a prosperous country, USA, but people are not so satisfied and happy there because I heard the statistics. All of you are staying there, many people they regularly go to the psychiatrist. They're not satisfied there, even though they have got everything whatever they want in the world, but they take regular treatment. Psychologically, they are unstable. Why? Soul is not nourished. When the soul is nourished and soul is satisfied, even if you don't have anything in the life, there is some poverty or maybe in a very maybe even somebody is on the streets, they will feel the bliss in their life. A simple example, if shampoo in your house, of course you are in UK, I understand difficulty there. So take a simple example. The shampoo in your home gets exhausted or maybe finished, or maybe you don't have soap to use for 1 month. How much difficulty you will feel? अरे प्रभु जी, so कितना problem हो रहा है, यहाँ पे soap ही नहीं है ना? I could not take bath for so many days. But look at the sadhus in Vrindavan. Have you seen in Vrindavan sadhus? They have matted hairs and all these things, big chatas, and and even though they have matted hairs and all these things, they are still in the bliss. Ask them, Prabhuji, so Babaji, are you happy? Babaji will say, Hare Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe, bolke, he will just enjoy his life. You know, what kind of happiness he's feeling, what kind of happiness he's experiencing. He doesn't have shampoo. He is wearing a torn clothes, sleeping on the street and saying he Radhe Radhe, and he's so happy into that, and he's just must, and he's enjoying that life. We may feel that he's a mad person, but no, he's not mad. He's experiencing the bliss within. I know we are taking the extreme example of a sadhus, but they have so many examples in our culture itself. Even though people are in so much distress, they are so peaceful. Prahlad Maharaj, take an example of Prahlad, the son of Hiranyakashipu, the demon, and Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill him. Prahlad Maharaj is so happy and blissful, chanting Hare Krishna. And why his father is going to kill him, such a kind of a difficult situation. The father himself is coming and killing and trying to kill, and the child is so blissful, chanting Hare Krishna. He's fearless, that he will be protected. You know, so this is internal happiness, internal bliss that this bhakti can give, irrespective of your external situation. Of course, externally we have to take care of the body. Externally we have to take care of our relationship. Externally take care of our paying the bills. Externally we have to take care of the paying taxes, following the rules of the nation. But Hmm? we have to take care of our Swadharma and Nitya Dharma both. We cannot neglect anything. We have to take care of both of them in a balance. Till now we were neglecting everything. We were neglecting our Nitya Dharmas. We would have seen that story of that lady who was taking care of only the parrot. Not taking care of the sorry, she was taking care only of the cage but not the parrot inside. And a parrot died, and she was thinking, "Arey, why this sound is not coming? This chirping, beautiful sound was coming. I was taking care of this cage so nicely, but now this chirping sound is gone. Hurry, you didn't feed the parrot inside." No. So same way, we have not fed the soul inside, and we are thinking, "Hurry, why not feeling that happiness? Why not feeling that satisfaction and bliss? I'm having everything in my life. Hurry, you have not fed the soul inside." You know? So in this way, second chapter comes to end with idea of the bliss. And idea of the bliss is comes with, yes, to look the uh, to look within. And how to look within? To take the uh, idea of tortoise. Yada samharate chayam kurmongani sarvasha indriyani indriyarthebhya tasya prajna pratishtita. When we look within like a tortoise, tortoise takes out all his limbs, contracts all the limbs, because he doesn't want to get distracted by the external distractions. And he looks within. So like that, we have to uh, look within so that we can get the higher rasa. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopesya tasya pradna pratisthita. When you start getting that higher bliss, this lower bliss will be lower taste will automatically go off. You know? So in this way, second chapter ends, and third chapter starts with Arjuna's question. Hmm? Arjuna's question is why? Why? Your questions are your instructions are very confusing. Let me go little piece slowly. And he's asking first question: why I have to give up? Why I can't give up? Uh, it's better. You are talking about um, the things has to be done in the knowledge. Hmm? So if you have to do things in the knowledge, let me go and study Vedas and Shastras in the jungle, and let me why I need to fight. Arjuna is ready to give up the war. He say Krishna's question was look within. Last chapter, Krishna concluded that you have to look within, you have to cultivate knowledge and all this. Arjuna was saying, "ठीक है, let me cultivate knowledge, let me go to the jungle, take me sannyas. I need to fight." And the Krishna's instance is only Arjuna is putting on him. Okay, you are asking me to fight, but you are asking me to cultivate knowledge. Let me go to the jungle and do knowledge. This fighting is not good for me. Then Krishna explains, Are Baba, you understood it really wrong. You have to understand that we cannot give up our actions. We cannot give up our duties so easily. Just because we can't do it. Arjuna is thinking, yes, we cannot do it. That's why I'm giving it up. It's so difficult for me. That's why I want to give it up. That was Arjuna's idea. Fighting is so difficult. Sometimes it happens to us also. We will be teaching to students in our colleges, And as soon as the exam comes, students become so much pious. Prabhuji, I want to chant 16 rounds only. Prabhuji, Prabhuji, I want to stay in ashram only. Prabhuji, I want to read Bhagavad Gita completely. Beta, tera exam aa raha hai. Your exam is coming up. You have to study hard. And no, Prabhuji, exam is so tough. Bhagavad Gita reading is so nice. And we have to beat them and ask them to study nicely now. And that's what Arjuna Krishna does in Bhagavad Gita here. He says, Nahi kashtit chanapi jatu tishatya karmakut karyate yavashya karma sarva prakrutir jay gunai hai. So we cannot give up our duties so easily. We cannot, because every time we will be doing actions. And if we have to maintain this body, we have to act, we have to work. If we have to stay in this world, we have to work. Work is inevitable. We cannot give up the karma. Karma means the actions, no, not the karma phala I'm talking about. Hmm? Karma is inevitable. Always we have to do it. That is the second chapter. The third chapter starts with. And what kind of a karma? Then Krishna explains yajnarthat karmanonyatra. We have to act. Of course, Arjuna can ask question. Na? Krishna, you are asking me to do karma, but there is a karma phala also for that. And papa, punya, and all these things, we will sinful activity and pious activity, and I will get results for it. Isn't it correct? Yes, yes, it's correct only. Then, and because of that, all the entanglement will happen. Better not to do karma, na? Krishna says, no, this is not right. You have to do karma in the right way. What is the right way? Yajnarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Hmm? Tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. When we do the activity for the right purpose, we will not get entangled. Like a soldier shooting or killing at the border, he will not get entangled. Same way, when we are doing activities, we have to do the activities exactly for the purpose of and exactly what we have been told. And even if somebody is a kshatriya, fighting war is a duty for him. Somebody is a vaishya, doing the business is a duty for him. Somebody is a brahmana, the study of Shastras and Vedas is a duty for him. Somebody student as a brahmachari, student is a study of the Vedas, it's a duty for him. If he doesn't does that thing properly, or maybe he does something else, this will bring him the wrong reactions. Hmm? And that whatever action we have to do, we have to do it in thinking that yes, I am doing it for the yajna. Yajna means for the sake of the Lord, for the sake of the God. Hmm? And then we will not get entangled into this the cycle of karmas. Hmm? Yajna Shishtashina Santo, 13 shloka of third chapter mentions Yajna Shishtashina Santo Muchante Sarva Kilbishai Bhujante Te Tagam Papa Ye Pachanti Atma Karanat. When somebody does the activity for the yajna, he will be removed from all the kilbishai. Kilbishai means the problems, the sins. And somebody works hard and earns money for himself and enjoys for himself, he is actually eating his own karmic reactions. And whatever right or wrong he would have done for the earning that money, he has to suffer for that. But someone mm, does it for the Lord, mm, then he is not. What we should do? We earn money, bring food, and eat for himself? No, we have to offer Naivedya. How many of you are offering Naivedya at home? Hmm? Let me check.
Prabhuji, I'm not sure if they understand what Naivedya means.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I had mentioned in my sessions that, it is always nice to express our love to God and offer food before we accept it ourselves or eat ourselves. So that is called Naivedya or Bhoga offering. So what Prabhuji is asking is how many of us are actually offering food before we eat. So if we can all raise our hands digitally, if any of us do it, sorry. Yes, Prabhuji.
This is sometimes they call it a sanctified food, sanctifying the food. Whatever food that we are eating, at least we have to keep it in front of the Lord's photo and thank him for that we have done. And we have to give it. So offering food, of course, what it is, um, Simple understanding of the offering food is whatever we have got, whatever we have earned and bought in home, the food, it is there because it is by the grace of the Lord. है ना? Grace by His mercy, we have got this energy and strength to earn this money, and we purchased the food and bought it in home. And now we have to express our gratitude by giving Him back. It's almost like, a small child. He wants toffees. He wants some nice sweets, and he goes to father. Father, I want toffees. What father does? Okay, this 10 rupees, and go and purchase. And this boy goes and gets gets lots of sweets for him, sweet toffees and sweet chocolates. And when he comes home, he will give one toffee to father. And father, take this toffee, so nice. And father is so happy that my child is giving me toffees. And no, is it like that? Ki father cannot take a toffee, cannot purchase a toffee? No, father has all money with him. He can purchase a full toffee shop also. But when the child gives that toffee to him, it gives more pleasure to the father. You know? Same way, when we offer this same small food in front of the Lord, hmm, then we can we can please him. Hmm. In this way, this is the idea of offering food. Then it is called as it will remove us from all the karmas. Okay. So third chapter speaks about um, doing this activity for the pleasure of the Lord, and then yad yad acharati shreshtas. What, there's karma is so complex. Karma is complex. Action is complex. Then what to do? 21st shloka of Bhagavad Gita, third chapter. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tattat eve tero jana sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. What actions I have to do? I have to do actions as per the elders or the leaders or the people who are following the dharma properly. And then by giving my example, I should I should put a right example in the society. Arjuna wanted to leave, quit the war and go to the jungle, but even this will have set a wrong example in front of the people. Hmm? That ki Arjun went off without fighting, and Arjuna was a coward, and this and that, and nobody will understand. Of course, first of all, nobody will understand what is the cause that Arjuna left the war. And, and then Arjun would have, and people would have given the same reason. Okay, Arjuna was in this situation, and I'm also in the same situation. I also quit the war. So like that, Arjun would have kept a wrong example in society. That's why Krishna says you have to act responsibly. We all are some kind of a leader in the society, father, mother, or maybe some elders. And there are some juniors. They are looking at us, who are taking an example from us. So we have to be very, very careful for our karmas, for our actions. We cannot take our actions casually. Hmm? Okay. So in that way, Krishna says, Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas Taddat Evitrojana. So it is your duty to understand what's right and what is wrong, and then act on that. So, that's why the reason the question the Arjuna, Krishna explains, tells Arjuna, you should understand the karma yoga. Third chapter is the karma yoga, and we have to understand what is karma, what is right, what is wrong, and we have to do it. And ultimately, Mai karmani sarvani karmani sanyasya adhyatma chetasa nirashit nirmama bhutva. We have to understand, we have to do activities keeping me in the mind. Mai sarvani karmani. Of course, in third chapter itself, Krishna explains some portions about bhakti yoga. Even though it is karma yoga, when karma yoga is done for the sake of the Lord, it becomes karma. When karma is done for the sake of the Lord, it becomes karma yoga. And while doing that, even if we get some failure also, it's okay. Shreyan Swadharmo Partha Viguna Paradharma Samandisa Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya Paradharmo Bhayavaha. We have to we have to accept even defeat while performing our own duties, but not copying others. This question, this shloka is very important. Many times We try to copy somebody else. ना प्रभु जी उसको success मिला, he got success while doing this, let me copy that. अरे, this is not going to happen. We have to understand what is my qualities, what are my activities, what are my qualifications. I'm qualified as a doctor, but I cannot act like an engineer because they are getting money. Engineers are getting better money, so let me copy. Are my qualification, my degrees of doctor, let me do my practice. Even though while doing this practice, even if I incur losses, it is better than copying an engineer. And if somebody is engineer, he cannot copy the doctor. And so they have to do their own duty. So that's why Krishna mentions we have to do activities as per our own qualifications, and that is called as a varnashrama. Varnashrama is a scientific method where somebody's qualification and psychophysical nature is understood, and he is allowed to do a particular activity. And there Krishna explains, uh, of course, how doing activity in the varnashrama brings us into a proper karma. Okay? And then Arjuna asks the question, okay, I understand all the psychophysical nature and karma and all these things. Why people are doing sinful activities then? Even we talk about karmas and all these things. And sin, how this sin starts is one important question. And there, Krishna explains the concept of karma. We have seen so many people doing wrong thing even though they understand things are wrong. It's like like a robot, they are just following it. There's a concept of karma. Karma means um, you know we the the drunkard person, the alcoholic, he knows that alcohol is not good for his health, but still he drinks. you know he's completely in control of it. And how we can save ourselves from the karma, Krishna explains same concept in the second chapter of cascade of these things. you know um Dayato Vishan Punsa Sangasteshu Pajayate. When we can see how a person falls in the trap of his calm, or maybe a trap of the forceful activity on the sin. It starts with the contemplation on the sense objects. And when he starts with the contemplation of sense object, he wants to achieve those. And this will start into the desire, attachment, and strong desire to have the particular object or maybe particular thing. And when it is not satisfied, it converts into anger, and anger converts into the sinful activities that's done. And when we can stop it, we have to stop it at right in the beginning. Somebody jumps from the cliff, can he control the consequences? No, he has to control consequences before jumping. So before we fall in the trap of the karma or maybe of the lust, we have to control ourselves at the beginning itself. Enough. So not getting into the trap of it. How? We have to control our senses, control our thoughts. Three places we can control ourselves from doing things: at the level of senses, at the level of mind, and at the level of intelligence. Three, the triple protection we call it triple protection. And that triple protection will come with the ABCD formula. What is that ABCD formula? Yes, you have learned ABCD in a school days, right? A for
I think we have discussed this in the classes. It will be nice to
okay.
see if everybody remembers. What is the
uh,
ABCD formula? Can you guys put it in the chat box, please?
yeah,
Let's see who all remembers. And this is one of the live quiz in today's session. So we usually do
one of
live
the
quiz. We usually do live
okay.
quiz, and we have winners who answer the fastest. So
Okay, I
this
got it.
is the
Answers are
live
there.
quiz. Yeah.
Super. Association, books, chanting, and diet. Super. Very nice. First answer came from check. Let me check. What is this? Prashant Prabhu. Association, books, chanting, and diet. See, association, it helps us to, it encourages us to do activities in the proper way. Books helps us to cure our problem of lust at the level of intelligence. Chanting helps us to cure the problem of lust at the level of mind. And diet helps us to cure the problem of lust at the level of senses. The three places we are getting corrected. and association helps us to take the medicine properly. You know? So all these three ABCD are important if we want not to get. Okay, the detailed answer is from Sai Krishna. Good, so nice. Very good. Okay, you got it. So in this way, the third chapter ends with this ABCD formula. Okay, shall we continue or shall we stop, Mataji?
I think, Prabhuji, if you could quickly summarize remaining,
Okay, fourth
like a
chapter.
story flow.
Okay, so I'll try maybe a 5-10 minutes.
Maybe
next.
just with, maybe just with the important takeaways from every chapter thereafter.
Chapter. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead like this. The chapter 4 starts with the transcendental knowledge. Here, Krishna speaks about the importance of gaining knowledge. First important concept here is the knowledge, where it coming from. First, the point comes here is the knowledge. The knowledge of dharma, knowledge of this one. It is the duty of Lord Krishna himself. Whenever there is a to give the knowledge, give the direction, give the proper way of living, is given by the Lord himself. He is not just Bhagavad Gita going first time into our lifetime. Whenever there is a need to direct and guide the society, direct the humankind, Krishna personally take the charge to guide us. Like whenever there's a problem, Krishna came and gave Bhagavad Gita. When previously also there was a problem, Krishna came again and again and again and gave this Bhagavad Gita to us. And Krishna explains the same thing. Even Vivaswata Yogam, when in the previous ages, Vivaswan was in confusion, he gave this knowledge, and this knowledge came in the parampara. Then question comes, what is this parampara? Knowledge comes and it's not like that Krishna every time comes and gives knowledge. This knowledge is preserved through the parampara system. Okay, question is, we have four paramparas, four authentic paramparas, which has preserved this knowledge. Anybody knows which are those four paramparas?
So live quiz, second question is this. Whoever can answer fastest will be considered here. If it can be put in the chat box, please. Who are the four main paramparas, acharyas? If any of
where
you
the four paramparas starting from?
I don't think we have discussed this, Prabhuji.
Is it? Okay, let me explain this. See, whenever we are going to a school, we have to understand which is the school is authentic or not. Same way, when we are talking about spiritual knowledge, we have to understand, we have to find out whether this spiritual knowledge is authentic or not. Anybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry can come and I'll talk about spirituality. No. We have to understand this spiritual knowledge is from the right source. So, spiritual knowledge also, Krishna gives the spiritual knowledge and it percolates through four important channels. We can call it as a four important schools of knowledge or schools of Vaishnavism. So first comes with Brahma Sampradaya. This is Lord Brahma. He gives this knowledge and that line starts from his scholars of Brahma Sampradaya. Second one is the Lakshmi Ji. Lakshmi Ji gives this knowledge and line comes from her, the disciplic succession, the chain of teachers. This comes as the Sri Sampradaya, Lakshmi Ji's. Then Kumara Sampradaya, Chatush Kumaras. From them one lineage comes. And another is Rudra. Shivji personally gives. Somebody is talking about Advaita. Advaita is not a Vaishnava Siddhanta. This is something else. This is Mayavad. So I'm talking about Vaishnavism. Of course, Prashant is talking about Advaita, Vaishnava, Shaivism, and Shakta. These are different ways of worship. Okay, we'll talk about it in some other session when I will talk about all Vedic tree. That time I will talk about this Advaita, Vaishnavism, and Shaivism, Shakta, and what is the position of it. I will talk about it. I will talk about Vaishnava Paramparas. Vaishnava Paramparas are four: Brahma and Kumara, Shri, Lakshmi, and Rudra. All these people giving a correct knowledge. So, why we are talking about Guru Shishya Parampara? Guru Shishya Parampara keeps the knowledge intact and covered and protected so that there is no dilution in it. It happens, dilution happens with like a Chinese whisper. It happens. But because there is a cross-check method in the Guru Shishya Parampara, this knowledge is preserved. and they will make sure that this knowledge is not diluted as per the time goes. But whenever it happens, whenever there is a time goes and this knowledge goes off, you know, now knowledge destroys. Krishna personally comes again and again. He says in the fourth chapter itself, he यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्म अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. He will come again. That is Krishna's personal duty. And what he does, he comes and saves the devotees. And what kind of knowledge that he's talking about? Not knowledge about his own activities. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoviti tatvata. Which knowledge is talking about? The knowledge which can take us away from away from this cycle of birth and death. That is the knowledge we are talking about. We are not talking about a knowledge which can comfort ourselves into this world. No, knowledge which can remove all the problems from the root. Why we are suffering in this world? Because we are taking birth again and again and again and again and again. But the knowledge is that knowledge is the real knowledge which can remove the problem from the root, which can stop us from taking birth again. Do you want to take birth again? Go to school again? Take beating from the teachers? No. Better don't take birth. You know? And then Krishna takes the personal responsibility to do that. Yeah. The fourth chapter is talking about that. And there are some concepts in the fourth chapter about how to gain the knowledge. How to gain the knowledge, that the process is tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya yad upodeshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. To gain the knowledge, we have to accept the teacher and we have to serve him. We have to ask questions without challenging. We have to ask questions to clarify, not for challenging. You know? And then by pleasing him, we can get the knowledge. And we have to get the knowledge from Tattvadarshis who have seen the truth. Okay. And then in here, chapter finishes. And fifth chapter starts with, again, action into a proper consciousness. Fifth chapter talks about what kind of activity we have to do and which is a perfect way. And actually the fifth chapter talks about doing the activity but being detached from the results so that we cannot get into it. So Arjuna was ready to take a sannyas and all these things. Krishna says this is not real sannyas. Real sannyas is doing the activity but not accepting the results, or maybe getting detached from the results. That is the real sannyas. We have, anybody had heard the shloka karmarnevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana? People talk about, people mostly misquote this shloka actually. Karmarnevadikaraste. People say, "Arey, work is worship, man. Krishna has said." But actually, we have to say, read next line. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Work is worship, but the result of the work is not your property. You work nicely for a whole month, but don't expect salary. So in this way, Krishna says, okay, you can get detached from the results. Okay, we have to understand what is this sloka about. What is the karma with a detachment? So it is like we have to do the activity. Karma neva dikaraste, the concept. I will explain you in a short time. Karma is our job, our duty is inevitable. We don't have to give it up. And while doing that, we don't have to think about the results, or maybe we don't have to be hankering for the results. Like, we work hard, we do the business, and we will always hanker for the profit aega, profit aega, profit aega, profit aega. That is the acting with desire for the results. But we have to this will cause us more anxiety, which will cause us the entanglement and all the karmic cycles and all these things. We have to work like a person who is doing the job. The person who is going to doing the job, he knows, whatever I do at the end of the month, I am going to get a salary. And he's completely detached. And because he knows that yes, salary is going to come, he is free of anxiety. He works with full heart. We have to work like that, because karma, whatever actions we do, the results are inevitable. Whatever you do, the karma is going to follow. when we get that guarantee, yes, I'm going to get it. Even if I'm doing something good or so, I'm going to get the results. Nobody can stop that results to come to me. Then we will do it. So this is called karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phalishu kadachana. That we don't worry about the fruit because it's going to come anyway. Nobody can stop it. Even if I'm doing bad, it's going to come. I don't have to worry. है ना? So कर्मण्यवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फल हेतुर्भुर नाते संगोष्ठ कर्मणि. And again, when we are doing the activity and when the good or bad is coming to us, we don't have to think that is happening just because of me, and that's how we can get detached from the results and the fruits. See the example, you know, uh, your child is giving exam and your neighbor's child is giving exam. Your neighbor child fails the exam and neighbor is in so anxiety in what you say, "Arey beta, don't, arey mister, don't beat your child." It happens, you know. But the same thing happens to us. Your child fails the exam and you will be in so anxiety. Arey, how it can happen? My child is failing the exam. You know, the suggestion or the counseling that we are giving to our neighbor doesn't work on us because we are into the shoes now, and we are into the situation. That's how we have to work. Even our child fails, we have to be peaceful there. We have to be detached, you know, acting like this is not happening just because of me. And actually, it's not happening because of us. That time comes the concept of three doers. We are acting, but the fruits are not coming just because of me. That is the lesson from the fifth chapter. It talks about
Hare
three
Krishna.
doers.
Yes, Prabhuji, I just want to interrupt. So we have discussed three doers, and if people can quickly put in the chat box who these three doers are. This,
Yeah,
this is the second live quiz question, sorry. So the
good.
previous Guru Parampara one, Acharya Prabhuji has already answered. Can you all quickly share your responses in the chat box? Okay,
Hey,
there are already some responses here.
I think Prashant Prabhu is ready with his notebook.
I call him the enlightened one. He has all answers in the class.
He's copy pasting. Okay.
Okay, great, great. Thank you all. You
Super
can
fast.
keep sending
Karthik
your.
is the second. Indumati Mataji is the third. Okay.
And
Kumar is the
Kumar
fourth.
Prabhuji, yes, very
Good.
regular and very interested in all the sessions. Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
nice. Good. So, the three doers concept, Vidya Vinay, okay, that is the one. That's how we can stay detached from our actions. Okay. And that's how Krishna explains about um, action with detachment, action in a proper Krishna consciousness. Okay. So some concepts we are skipping, and finally the concept comes. So if we have to detach ourselves, then how the three doers concept is there, and then Krishna comes to the finally thing. Yes, be peaceful because uh, there's a Krishna gives a peace formula. How to be peaceful while doing the activities, while being in the world. People have seen this whole world ki bhi, "Arey, peace, 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 peace," but there's no peace. Krishna gives the peace formula in the fifth chapter, 29 shloka. This is a shloka we have to understand, study, and imbibe in our life. Bhoktaram veda tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram surudam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shanti muchyati. Krishna is the one who is the enjoyer. Krishna is the one who is for whom the activities is to be done, and Krishna is the one who is the proprietor of everything. Three relationship with Krishna, three levels of relationship. He is the enjoyer. We think that we are the enjoyer. No, we are not the enjoyer. When we are working in the company, are you the enjoyer? No. Company CEO or maybe the owner is the enjoyer. He is the actually beneficiary. Beneficiary of everything. You may be cracking the deals of crores and crores, but who is the one who is enjoying the profit is the owner. You are getting your share. That's all. When we understand that, yes, we will be peaceful. Even if the loss happens, we will be peaceful. You know? So when we understand that, yes, Krishna is the enjoyer, Krishna is the owner of the everything, and he for him only everything has to be done. And again, you have to understand that he is the best friend of us. Okay, you are working in the company. You are working like day and night like a dog, and with a donkey, and working hard and all these things. And you may say that, Arey, there is no happiness into that working for this company. You know, consider you are working for the Tesla and all these things. And after some time you understand, Arey, this Elon Musk is my best friend. Then you'll work very happily, na? Because anyway, whatever happens, he is your best friend, and that's what Krishna says. Even though I am the owner, I am the enjoyer, I am the proprietor of everything, I am your best friend. Krishna says, I am your best friend. Sudam sarvabhutanam jnatva mam shantim richati. When you understand Krishna, the God, he is your best friend. Hmm. Yes, that is the peace formula. And then again, Krishna says, yes, because this is that you have to keep thinking about me and work. And then question comes, how to think constantly for Krishna? Thinking means control of the mind. The sixth chapter opens with the tricks of mind control. Hmm? Okay, so sixth chapter is. I will just give the gist of the sixth chapter. Just initially Krishna talks about mind control and gives the different tricks, and at the end, Arjuna says, "No, it's not going to happen for me. You know, I cannot do that." So what is the answer Krishna gives? Krishna gives, if you have to control the mind, you have to do abhyasana to kaunteya vairagena cha vidyate. Okay. Uh, have we discussed Ashtanga yogas?
Yes, Prabhuji. I think in our sessions we have discussed that quite in detail, the
Okay.
sixth chapter.
Yeah. So question is for all of you. Would you like to go for Ashtanga yoga or something better solution? Is it possible to do Ashtanga yoga?
Can we have your
Is it
responses?
practical?
Yeah, in the chat box, please. Prabhuji's question is Ashtanga yoga practical for this age? And would you prefer Ashtanga yoga? Can we quickly have your responses in the chat box?
Okay. Okay. If you think that Ashtanga yoga is practical, the actual way that Krishna explained about Ashtanga yoga is give up your job, give up your bike, give up your home, give up your bank balance, give up your cloth, just take a kopin and take a danda, go to the jungle and sit there, never come back. Are you ready for this Ashtanga yoga? There is no enjoyment, no subway, no MACD, nothing. This is Ashtanga yoga. No Facebook. So this is Ashtanga yoga. But we want to enjoy. So we want something better. And that too, how many years? 10,000 years. Life is not there at all. So if you want to have a better solution for that, Krishna says, Tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. You have to be yogi, but which kind of yogi? Bhakti yogi. The best yogi will always be in a consciousness of mind and doing the activities. So uh, it comes at the almost at the end of this sixth chapter. The Ashtanga yoga is so complicated. You want a better solution for that? Then uh, keep doing activities just in my consciousness, and you can achieve that. The yogis are the best. That's what uh, the conclusion comes.
Priya has a question. Sorry, I'm interrupting Prabhuji, but
Yes,
she's
Mataji.
asking, in other words, does that mean following brahmacharya? She's referring to
What is it?
Ashtanga yoga.
Ashtanga yoga, brahmacharya is one of the important principles there. Ashtanga yoga without brahmacharya cannot happen. There is no question of sex life in Ashtanga yoga. Many times people do yoga just to improve their sex life. It's so funny, actually. This is the basic principle of Ashtanga yoga is the following brahmacharya. That's all. It's a basic thing. We cannot build a purpose of yoga is to get detached, not get attached. Sex life will make us attached there. That's the thing. Yeah, that's true. Ashtanga yoga is that. But it is not possible. Krishna gives alternate solution for that. That is the bhakti yoga. Hmm? Okay. So that bhakti yoga, Krishna starts speaking into third chapter. Sorry, seventh chapter. Of course, when somebody becomes a yogi or a Ashtanga yogi and all these things, Krishna says, yes, you have to do this yoga for many, many years. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan man prapadyate. So many births. And then you can understand who is Krishna. Vasudevam Sarvamiti Samahatma Durlabha. And then seventh chapter, Krishna starts explaining about that bhakti yoga, that alternate solution or superior method, which is bhakti. Okay. So seventh chapter will not go too much detail, but I will just give a gist of it. There are different yoga systems that Krishna has explained all this till now. You know, bhakti yoga is the one which is the one which keeps Krishna in the consciousness, keeps Krishna in the center, and acts on that. Understanding that Krishna is that center of everything, like Sutre Manigana, even, and because of him, everything is working. Of course, the seventh chapter is the place where Krishna establishes himself. You know, and then Krishna explains all these yoga systems or all these processes are different. People have the conception, misconception that all the paths goes to the same destination, or maybe all kinds of worship gives the same result. Whatever you do, it gives them that. Those concepts Krishna shatters here in the seventh chapter. He says, no, this is not the fact. All the paths don't go to the same destination, and all kinds of worship don't give the same result. Like whatever exams you give, does everybody will get the same degree? No, everybody will get different degrees. So in this way, um, uh, all the paths, they also don't lead to the same situation. All these branches did not give the same kind of teachings. In this way, whatever worship you do, and whatever kind of worship you do, and Krishna says, ki whatever way, whatever desires you have while worshipping me, I will give accordingly. If you go to Krishna and ask him, Krishna, give me, I'm doing worship of Krishna just because of having a good health, and somebody goes and worships him for the money, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. And all kinds of worship don't give the same results. It gives results based on the worshipper. And of course, in India, there is a conception ki worship any god, you will go to the same, you will get the same results. Or worship of any god is not the same worship. Krishna says, yes, there are different gods. The seventh chapter itself, he mentions there are different gods, and among all the gods, I am the supreme. See, in the some different religions, there are different concepts. Like they mock Vedic religion. Carry, you have so many gods, but no, this is not the case. We don't have so many gods. We have different demigods or devatas. That's Krishna mentioned in the seventh chapter. And prapadyante anya devata. So there are different gods, demigods for different purposes, and among them Krishna is the supreme, and whatever worship is done for this Krishna is received or is reached to everybody else. There's a difference between worshipping Krishna and worshipping other demigods. Other demigods, they have their authorities at a limited places, but Krishna has a supreme authority over whole universe, and that's what Krishna speaks here. And Krishna speaks, okay, this is not just I am the supreme, I am the supreme person. He's not supreme Brahman, Brahma Jyoti or something like. He's the supreme person. You know, that's what clearly Krishna explains here. Third chapter, seventh chapter, 24th sloka. If you can notice this, avyaktam vyaktimapannam manyate mam abuddhaya. Clearly, these are unintelligent people who consider Krishna as Brahma Jyoti. Krishna is a person. So this is the most important lesson in the seventh chapter, and also um, the demigod worship. Yep. So Krishna's worship is the supreme. He establishes in the seventh chapter itself. And the eighth chapter, Krishna explains how to die. Okay. Question is, what is Brahma Jyoti? Brahma Jyoti, yeah. Okay. Some conception are there. Of course, I will. Mataji, shall I explain the Brahma Jyoti thing?
I think I have mentioned, Prabhuji, it's the effulgence of the spiritual worlds, and
Yeah.
Some yoga systems consider that to be the destination. I think I've mentioned this.
Some people think like that the whole universe or the absolute truth is like light, and from there only everything comes, and nothing beyond the light. So light or the supreme energy, cosmic energy or something like that, they talk about as a Brahma Jyoti. But that is not a concept. Energy is coming from the energetic. That is the concept. Energy and energetic. Supreme Brahma Jyoti we may consider as a supreme cosmic energy, but this energy is possessed by the person who is energetic or the possessor of energy or Shaktiman. Energy itself cannot work. Okay? So Brahma Jyoti or the cosmic energy on itself cannot act, or it cannot make anything creative. To make something creative, the consciousness is required. There is a dam there, and from the dam electricity is coming, and from electricity is routed to the wire and everything. Intelligent design is required to bring that energy from the dam to your home. It simply cannot come like lightning comes into your home, and whenever lightning falls it causes destruction only. you know so energy is supreme, even though it is a supreme energy or energy is the universal cosmic energy, it cannot work. So that's how Brahma Jyoti is. Brahma Jyoti is dependent on Krishna. That's why Krishna explains the same thing into 7th chapter. Okay, so God is there, and God has a form. He is not formless. Some religion talks about it, some sects talks about it ki God is a formless. No, he is not formless. He is a person. Okay, and then 8th chapter talks about how to leave the body. They're just rushing through how to leave the body. While leaving the body, we have to concentrate and focus on Krishna's name, and then we can reach to the proper destination. And yes, the gist or takeaway from the chapter 8 is how to die. How to die. There are so many different ways to die. And based on those different destinations are there. In the different kind of yogic processes, people die and they will get different kinds of destinations. But ultimately Krishna says, anybody who is worshipping me or is doing bhakti, all rules are scrapped for him. There is no rule for that person. Whenever he die, however he dies, he will come to me because he's constantly thinking of me. है ना? So Krishna is the person who is creating all the rules, and when his near and dear person needs something, Krishna will break all the rules, and he has broken all the rules in the history also. And he has broken the rule for Arjuna many times. He has broken the rule for Draupadi for many times. He has broken the rule for all his devotees for many, for Vrajavasis many times. In this way, Krishna says, "For my devotees, whenever they die, they will come to me. I don't keep any rules for them." And the 9th chapter is the ultimate for bhakti. Ultimately, what is the bhakti and what is the importance of bhakti? It mentions there. Okay. So 9th chapter will not go detail because 7th chapter and 9th chapter are almost identical. But conclusion comes to the 9th chapter is you have to offer bhoga to the Lord. You know, the bhakti is so simple. People may think that bhakti is so complicated. How bhakti is complicated? Bhakti is not so complicated. Bhakti is so easy. Even if you're in your home, you can do this bhakti. Shloka number 26, 9 chapter 26 shloka. It talks about bhakti is so simple. You have to just offer patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti pratam ashtami prayatatmana. Bhakti is simple. You have to just give him whatever is available in our surroundings. Krishna doesn't ask you to pay big money and all these things. Krishna says, just give me fruit, water, leaf, and mm, um, uh, flowers. That's all. I'm pleased with that. Bhakti is not so complicated. We don't believe that. We think that my problems are so complicated. Answer solution should be very complicated. It is not like that. Solution is also simple. And Krishna is equal and non-partial. Even some devotee is having some problems, or maybe he's not able to do something, Krishna accepts him. Krishna says, whoever does bhakti, he will be not at all at a loss. Krishna tells Arjuna, Arjuna prati jane hi name bhaktya pranashati. Whoever does bhakti, he will be always the winner. He will be always winner. He will be, and I will never take him away, and he will never, um, he will never reject me. I will never reject him. Hmm? So this is the conclusion of um, chapter 9 here. And there Krishna says, क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांति निगच्छति कौन्ते प्रतिजाने ही नमे भक्त्या प्रणचति. Whoever does the bhakti, even though he is coming from the lowest of the lowest family background, when he is the worst of the worst sinner, but he starts doing bhakti, he can become dharmatma. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. He can come to the highest level immediately. Bhakti is a rocket. Other devotional processes or the other spiritual processes are like different ways. Hmm? So direct guarantee. This is bhakti gives the direct guarantee that you can elevate as whatever way, whatever situation you are. Okay. So yes, and finally, manmana bhava mad bhakto. The process is simple. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamay shese yuktvevam madhyat atmanam matparayana. Just simply worship him and glorify him. That's all. Hmm? Is the bhakti. Okay. These are the chapters 9 we discussed, and we we just came in the middle of Bhagavad Gita here. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. It was a challenge to cover these chapters. I took 2 hours. No,
No,
no, two
no,
and a half
no,
hours.
not 2.5 hours. No, just
One and a half hours. One and a
one
half
and a
hours.
half
Like.
hours, 1 hour 20 minutes. But thank you so much,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. It was very amazing, and it's such a difficult feat to describe the 9 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita in 1.5 hours. So thank you all for patiently listening. I'm sure you will have a lot of questions, especially things that you might have felt that I might not have justified. Probably you can definitely ask that to Subandhu Prabhuji, and I'm sure he gives amazing satisfactory answers. So please put your questions in the chat box or raise your hands
Yeah, I'm waiting for
digitally.
the questions. One thing
Yeah.
I was thinking, I will not be able to cover this. There are so many controversial topics that that talks about that this chapters talks about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I would have spoken something controversial also. So I'm ready for the explanations.
Yes, yes. So if anybody has specific questions in mind, please use this opportunity. Prabhuji is not available very often for you to get him to answer questions. So this opportunity might not come soon again. Please, you can raise your hands digitally so that I can allow you to unmute yourself and ask questions, or you can put it in the chat box and we'll take your questions one by one. Prashant has a question. It's in the chat box. What is the purpose of this world?
Yeah. Okay. Of course, whenever we talk about what is the purpose of the world, what is the purpose of my life, why I have taken the life, and why I came into existence, you know. So that is a very important question, and that is called as called as a yathato brahma jignasa. Our purpose of our life is to understand who am I and act on that. Purpose of the world also is the same thing, to understand who am I, who is Krishna, and what is the relationship between me and Krishna, and then act on that. Ultimately, this is the purpose of everything that happens around us. Until unless that purpose is solved, everything, whatever we achieve, is useless. Who am I? 3 questions. Who am I? Who is Krishna? And what is my relationship with Krishna? If these 3 questions are answered or found, your life in the world is successful. That's all. Yes, Kumar? Prashant.
Kumarji,
Yeah.
yes, Prashant had that question. Kumarji has another question about chapter 8. He says chapter
Mhm.
8 mentions death. What is the concept of Krishna breaking the rules? So you mentioned that Krishna has broken the rules for devotees of his. So what probably Kumarji is asking what are those, maybe with
Okay.
examples. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the eighth chapter, there was a at the end of first chapter, eighth chapter, in between there somewhere, Arjun asks, Krishna explains, ki yes, how to die, and while dying, it is mentioned that ki whatever we think at the end of while dying, that kind of body we get. Okay. And yum yum vapis varan bhavan tejan then the color, all these concepts are there. Then question comes, then if you have to die, then how to die? Krishna says, okay, you have to die, then think of me and you will come to me. If you think of, there's a shloka in Bhagavad 8th chapter itself. If you think of the demigods, you go to demigods place. If you think of the ghost, you go to ghost place. If you go to think of something else, you go to that place. You will achieve that place only. The best way is to think of me and die. Okay. So then Arjuna asks, then what is the way that I can keep on thinking about you always? Then okay, say you have to think about me, then there are the following three ways. First way is the karma yoga. While doing proper karma yoga and all these things, you will keep thinking of me. Second is a dhyana yoga, sorry, a jnana yoga. Study of shastras and all these things, and then you can think of me and die. And then another one is the Ashtanga Yoga that we studied into 6th chapter. And all these things you do, and you will be keep thinking of me and then die. Okay? And all these concepts are there. Okay, Karma Yogi, Dhyana Yogi, and Jnana Yogi. Hmm. And another finally is a Bhakti Yogi. So Krishna says, even Arjuna gives the example, and then of course, and then Arjuna gives asks the questions. Ki, okay, okay, you asked talk about me all these different yogas. While doing this, we have to die, and when we die, about thinking of you, then we can understand you. But in case, what will happen if we fail into these processes? What will happen? Then Krishna explains. While you do this Ashtanga yoga and all these other different processes, if you fail to think of me and while dying, so you will go to these different destinations. Matlab, and it says, okay, if you die while doing this yogic process and all this, if you go to Swarga, then you will go to Swarga, you will go to this place and all. And but ultimately Krishna says, these are just the rules are there for all these three yogis: karma yogi, dhyana yogi, and jnana yogi. But when somebody does the bhakti yoga and he fails there to think of me while dying, I break the rule. Even if he dies in whatever situation is there, I'll take him back to me. So that is the benefit of bhakti yoga. So Krishna doesn't follow rules, you know, while somebody who does the bhakti yoga. You know, he gives them exemptions. Okay, you have done bhakti for me, come back to me. I'll tell one story. There's a real story happened 10 years ago in USA, San Diego. Some temple is there, ISKCON temple is there. One devotee was there. One devotee Mataji was there. And her husband was not so kind of a devotee, but wife was a nice devotee, children were nice devotees, and this Prabhuji was okay. One day some kind of terrible accident happened and this Prabhuji went into coma. Mataji was in trouble. Prabhuji, please pray for my husband, please pray for my husband. Mataji, have you told this story? No.
No, but I think also people are not aware of the terminology. All ladies are called Matajis and all men are called
Okay.
Prabhujis
Prabhuji's.
in ISKCON. So yes, this is a story of a family Prabhuji is telling. Yes, Prabhuji, please
Yeah,
go on.
the wife was in a trouble, in a difficult situation. She was requesting the devotees, please pray for my husband, and told that, ki, Prabhuji, please come to and see my husband once. The temple president came to the hospital to see that devotee who was in the coma, and finally he came out of the coma and he was calling, please come, I want to see the devotees. And devotees president came and meet, and he said, sir, President sir, they came four times to take me. They came four times to take me. And who came to take him four times? And they explained they were Yamadutas who are ghastly looking, the messenger of death. They came to take him from the coma situation. And they came four times. The nurse was there. She explained, yes, there were four times happened in this comatose situation that he was about to die and he could survive. And he says, okay, how they were looking? He was telling these people who came to take me, They were ghastly looking and terrible and all these things. And finally, whenever they used to come, I used to say, Krishna, 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 I have given my life to Krishna, please spare me, and they used to go back. Whenever they used to come, he will say, Krishna, Krishna, I have given my life to you, please spare me. They used to go back. 3 times it happened. And fourth time they came, then there, along with these ghastly people, there were some beautiful and shiny and bright people came who are effulgent, and they drive them away. Arey, don't come here again. And they said, yes, we'll not come. And these were Vishnu Dutas, and they saved his life. You know? So even though this person was not accepted devotional service properly, and his name is Mr. Prakash, you can still find him if you go to the San Diego temple. He is there. He will tell all the stories still today. And after that, he didn't go to home, just directly came to temple and started serving Krishna. You know? So he took this service very, very seriously after that. And yes, this story shows that Krishna breaks the rule for the devotees. Somebody dies, yes, he has to go to all these processes, like going to the Yamaduta, and Yamadutas will take you to the Yamaloka, and all these things will happen. And you know all these things. They will be taken to the court of justice, of court of death, and he will be given the punishments as per their karma analysis. But somebody does the devotional service, all these processes are escaped, all these processes are bypassed, and he will be taken directly to Krishna. That is a result of simple devotional service that somebody does. Simple. Neha bhikramanashosti pratyavayo vidyate. Simple devotional service. That's all.
Thank you,
Okay.
Kumar. Yeah. I think Sai Krishna has his hand up, so I think Sai Krishna can go next with the question.
So, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, it was wonderful
Can I
meeting you.
see you, Sai Krishna?
Actually, I'm
I
getting
saw.
ready to talk, so don't mind my things. Uh,
It's okay.
so, yes, actually, I'm really very, very grateful for your messages and today's session. And thank you so much, Mataji, for arranging us here in Scotland as well. So, we are very, very privileged to have you here. So, my question is uh, I'm very much fond of, and particularly my concentration always goes in your tilak whenever I see. So I just wanted to know, like, what is the significance behind this tilak? Because I do understand there are different kind of tilaks, um, uh, according to Shaivas, according to Vaishnavas, or something, which I have read earlier. But I personally wanted to know, like, what exactly this kind of tilak expresses, and what are the benefits of having this. So how this is being implemented by you all, and have you ever been kind of a state where you thought twice to put this on in public or something like that? Or yeah,
What is the second question?
so have you been into any kind of state where you have been thinking twice to put this on in any public so that people would not judge you, or you know
Yeah.
because I do have kind of a weird beard due to some yogic practices, but I have been bullied so many times because of it. So I do certainly uh, shape it accordingly whenever I go to some interviews and things. So I was wondering, have you ever faced some situations where you have to take this off, and how did you felt about this? And
It happens. Of course, I will first tell you the significance of this tilak. This tilak, of course, Kartika has put into a message box that this vertical two lines are like a lotus feet of Krishna. We are accepting, we are putting Krishna's feet on our head, and then the down part is the tulsi. So we are putting tulsi on the Lord Krishna's lotus feet. So this is a important sign that we are declaring that yes, I am servant of Krishna. This is a sign that yes, I am declaring, announcing that I am a Vaishnava and the worshipper of Krishna here. Yeah, and another thing is that this tilak is made of gopi chandan, you know, and uh, important benefit of it, of course, material benefit is like my there was an Ayurvedic doctor in my college days along with me studying. So this doctor used to tell ki Babuji, I like to put tilak. Why? Because he has studied in his books medical books that keep putting tilak improves our glow, skin glow. So that this is one of the signs that you become effulgent while putting tilak. That's fact. Another thing is that while putting this tilak, this is the material benefits I'm talking about. Whoever puts this tilak, the ghosts and the death and the messenger of death will not come to you. That's another benefit of it. The ghost will not attack, and this will not attack. And this is a sign of Vaikuntha. This is this tilak is a sign of Vaikuntha, and whoever sees this tilak, Mataji is putting tilak, I'm putting tilak, and people are watching it. So, but just by seeing this tilak on people's head, the people who are watching, they will get lots of pious credits. They will start their bhakti with that. So this is the benefit out of it. That's why we put tilak and just go around in the public also. So whenever we go, we should not shy to put tilak. Even if you are following any other Vaishnava religion, Vaishnava Pantha, Vaishnava philosophies, never shy to put tilak. And if there is no rule in your company or in your college that don't come with the tilak and all these things, they're relaxed on this rule. Put tilak always. Okay, it's beneficial for others. It will start their bhakti. Okay, this is the reason.
I think for the second part, he asked if we shy away and we feel reluctant to put the tilak. It happens with everybody, I think. But there is an alternative solution to that also. If you're not very comfortable wearing the chandan tilak outside, you can always put a water tilak. So a lot of times, if you don't feel comfortable putting the chandan tilak, then we usually use plain water, but still apply that tilak. And it still holds the same significance.
Yeah, it gives the protection from the ghost and the messenger of death. Yeah, and it brings the Krishna's protection. That's why.
Is it something to do with your Gnana chakra and things?
That is also kind of, you can say, a materialistic benefits. Like the way it protects it gives a glow in the face. The Jnana chakra also, the bhakti has not to do anything with the Jnana chakra and all. Jnana chakra talks about Kundalini Jagrati and all these things are there, but bhakti is not dependent on Kundalini Jagrati. Even somebody's all the chakras are dead, completely dull, still he can do bhakti and go back to Godhead. He can achieve the position better than moksha, just simply by doing bhakti process. Even his Jnana chakras are not enlightened and all these things. So bhakti is independent of that all. Even somebody is dullard and a kind of a mentally retarded person, even that person starts doing bhakti without his knowledge, he will get benefit out of it. So bhakti is such a kind of a process, without, irrespective of your religion, if it is if your caste, creed, or body that you have got, it gives immense benefit to you. It's a rocket procedure. Krishna accepts. Okay.
Thank you so much for clearing out.
Yeah, Jnana chakra is the maybe if it works on Jnana chakra is a very side and insignificant benefit out of it. That's all.
Thank you,
Okay.
Sai Krishna.
Thank you, Sai
for
Krishna,
that question.
for this question. Yep.
Yeah, Priya, you have a question, so please unmute yourself. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, Priya.
Yes. So Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That's my very first session here, and I extremely enjoyed it. So thank you so much for the insightful session. And my question is how, we know we are surrounded with a lot of people, which we of course cannot ignore or cannot stop talking to. So, but sometimes unintentionally they insert some limiting beliefs into us, like how we should not get affected with such noise getting into our head.
Okay. You are talking about those people who are implanting negative ideas. You're talking about those things of
Yeah, like
ourselves, our life.
sometimes our ears, attract the limiting beliefs from them. They are not able to do something, but after listening to them, we started believing, oh, is it that difficult? Are we not able to do something? In fact, we were very confident before.
Huh. See, many times we give importance to others, or maybe others' opinion about us much than believing about ourselves. You know? So, like, we have heard of the story of the frog, who was a deaf, and he was just walking and he won. Heard of the story. See, uh, we are not living life for others. Our life and our life quest is ours. And maybe others may believe in us or may not believing in us, maybe discouraging us, encouraging us. This is not a life for them. My life is having some mission. My life is having some goal, and that is most important. So having a faith in ourselves is most important. Hmm? And one question is, and of course, we don't have to give much importance to the others' beliefs and ideas about us. And question is then, what shall I believe? How shall I know that what is my capacity and limitations, and what are my genuine uh, qualities? So it is called as a self-realization, self-actualization. Who am I, and what are my qualities? So when you understand that, when you know that, when you know yourself better, hmm, then of course you'll understand what you can do. And for that, you have to turn within. Like I gave the example of the tortoise, right? You have to turn within. And to turn within, of course, there are so many different meditational processes. And believe me, this chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra will help you a lot to understand about yourself, and it enlightens you from within. I know people may say, "Ki, just simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, how can I get a knowledge?" Yes, it enlightens. Having good habits, having chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra properly, meditation on that, focusing mind on that, it will help you to get that self-realization thing. Okay? And it will help you to become immune for all these negative thoughts around you. And yes, most importantly, be among the devotees. They are your best friend.
Yes, thank you.
Devotees are the one who don't have any selfish motives in themselves. Instead of having all those selfish friends around them, there, have a friends among the devotees. Consult them if you want, but they are the one who are always having. They are always feeling, always wishing good for you. That's all. है ना?
Yeah,
ठीक
that's
है?
very useful. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Priya, for that question. Hare Krishna. Does anybody else have any question? I think we have another 5 minutes. So we can, is that okay, Prabhuji? Will you be able to take
Fine, Mataji. So,
another question if there is? Okay. So I see only Sai Krishna Ji's and Priya's hand up still. So if there is anything else, please take this opportunity. Maybe we'll take just the last question and we'll.
somebody can say something. If there is no question, some devotees can give us some reflections. What is the best point they would like to speak about?
Yeah. Sure, Prabhuji. So in
The
today's
takeaway.
session, the takeaway from
Yeah.
today's session, what did you all feel was the takeaway? It would be nice to see your responses in the chat box, or you can unmute yourself and talk about it. You're welcome to both. What was your takeaway from this session? Maybe in a word or in a phrase, if you can put it. I think we have asked a very difficult question. People are taking a lot of time to think, or probably information overload.
Yeah, that will be definitely. Karthik is mentioning devotion is above all. Yes. Yeah. This is true, Karthik. Yeah. And now many people think like that. All the yoga processes are equal, but Krishna has never put all these yoga processes at equal footing. They are always the better and better and the best. And Krishna everywhere clearly mentions, yes, Bhakti Yoga is the best yoga. People may sometimes they talk about na Raj Yoga is the best yoga, but actually there is no yoga called Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga is the upadhi or maybe the adjective for Bhakti Yoga only. Yeah. And the ninth chapter is Raj Yoga, isn't it? Yeah. And there
Actually, I wanted to convey some thankful message in the form of a song, which actually, I got it from my father. So, as I have been very much blissful throughout the sessions, and especially today by Prabhuji and Mataji for sharing the knowledge. So, I just wanted to give a couple of lines of thankfulness to this all of you. Maybe my voice is quite a bit noisy because I'm just traveling and off to work. So I was just maybe, you know, so I just wanted to take the stage for a minute.
Please go ahead, Sai Krishna ji. It will be nice to hear from you.
So the song here comes as आसरा इस जहाँ का मिले ना मिले, आसरा इस जहाँ का मिले ना मिले, मुझको तेरा सहारा सदा चाहिए, आसरा इस जहाँ का मिले ना मिले, आसरा इस जहाँ का मिले ना मिले, मुझको तेरा सहारा सदा चाहिए, चांद तारे फलक पर दिखे ना दिखे, चांद तारे फलक पर दिखे ना दिखे, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए, मुझको तेरा नजारा सदा चाहिए. Just to explain it a bit, like maybe I don't need any support from the world, but I just need I just want you to be my support system for the whole life. So this is the only urge a student has from the guru, and says like maybe I can't see the wonderful stars and moon in the sky, but all I need is your two wonderful eyes with me always. So this is my message, and this is how I felt from these sessions, and I wanted to be. So thank you for being the eyes to the world, and thank you, Guruji, for coming on the session and having the stage. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Sai
Yeah.
Krishna ji. Hare Krishna. I think that
Hare
was very
Krishna.
touching for Prabhuji. And me, of
Hare
course,
it was
Hare Krishna. Thank
nice.
you. I think Divya had a question in the chat box, and that will be the last question for today. What will happen if we go to demigod's abode after death?
Okay. What will happen to the demigods? Of course, that is people may ask the questions. What's wrong when worshipping demigods then? The answer is whatever worships, whatever activities done for the demigods, and whatever results which we get from them, they are not ultimate. They are not permanent, having permanent effect on us. They are temporary. And same way, because their positions are so not permanent, demigods, they have their temporary positions. Like for example, there is a government, and the government, there is a prime minister being elected because he's given that position, the king. And of course, you are staying in the UK, the permanent position is for the king is never removed, right? But prime minister, they will come, they will finish their terms and go. Even prime ministers will be there, they will come, they'll tell, they do their, they will execute their terms and then go. Like that, demigods, they have their terms as per their lifespan. They will come, they will do their activities, and they'll go off. So that's why anybody goes to the demigod's place, they will stay there till the demigods are there. As soon as their positions are removed, they are removed from positions, they have to come back. So they are not ultimate positions. We have to again, after that, after going to demigods, we have to come back again down on this earth to again do the activities on past credits again and all these things. So this is not a permanent position. So we'll come back on this earth from the demigods. But yad gatva nivartante tad dhamam paramam mama. Krishna's, when somebody goes to Krishna's place, from there nobody comes back. That's an eternal permanent position. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I hope, Divya, that answered your question. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us today. And thank you so much, Subandhu Prabhuji, for taking 2 hours out from your fully packed schedule just to come and give us this knowledge. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
And we always end with Vaishnav Pranam. So with the same thing, we will end today. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa
sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Is there any
Hare
last
Krishna.
message that you want to give for this everybody that has been consistent and waiting throughout this meeting? Something that you want to tell?
You asking me?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the treasure that you are getting. This is the treasure of Hare Krishnas. And never leave this process, because you will get the best of the devotees, best of the people. And even somebody is not the best, yes, they are going to become the best, because Krishna has mentioned in his Bhagavad Gita chapter ki Shipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Yes, they are going to become a special ones if they are not right now. So this is the best place for somebody to be. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you all. Thank you all for being part of this session and always blessing us with your prayers and blessings. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We'll meet next Monday. Hare Krishna.
See you. Hare Krishna.